Hi guys, and welcome to part 2 of our introduction to ProcessWire. In this particular screencast, I want to introduce some of the software that I use to help me with web development. Now, you don't have to install anything really. The Mac is quite complete. But there's a lot of things that if we install makes our life a lot easier. Now I've installed these things already. Truth be told, what you're looking at is really a different account on my Mac. I've been using my Mac for a couple of years now and I have a lot of programs installed on it, but I would rather start from scratch. And so what I did was I created a new administrator account in my Mac, and basically that gave me the clean slate that I could start off doing the earlier video with. So anyway, there are a few programs I'm going to launch. I've already installed them in the other administrator account. I'm just going to launch them and I'm going to save them in the dock. So anyway, you'll see what happens as I go along. So if I go to my Finder, this is another thing. In the Finder, I like, it always comes with this view, this tiled view, but I prefer this view here, list like that. So that icon over there is generally how I prefer to look at the structure of files. And I'm just going to make this window a bit bigger so I can see a bit more information. And I'm going to center it like so. Okay, good. So now I'm going to go up here in the Finder to Applications, and I'm going to launch something called Cyberduck. Okay. So it's asking me a question. Set Cyberduck as default application for FTP and SFTP locations. Now I'll explain all this later, but I'll just click Don't Ask again, and I'll click Change. Okay. Now next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hover over the Cyberduck icon, right click, Options, Keep in Dock. Okay. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change its position. So I'm going to left click and drag the duck down and put it here like so. Okay. Now this window here, I'm just going to click Cancel. I'm going to go up to the top left corner, Cyberduck, quit Cyberduck. Okay, now this window pops up. Now, Cyberduck is free software, but free has different meanings. In this case, you're free to use it and try it, but the developers would appreciate a donation. And if you find it helpful, it'd be great if you can click the donate button and use PayPal to make them a little donation to show your appreciation for what they've done. If you don't make a donation, then when you use the application in the top right corner, it says unregistered version. So if you make a donation, that goes away. But for now, what I'm going to do, I'll just click here, don't show again for this version, and click later. Okay, so we have our Cyberduck. The next thing I'm going to go for is this guy here, Komodo Edit. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, again, go to the Komodo Edit icon, right click, Options, Keep in Dock, and then I'm going to left click, try this again. Left click, drag it down, bring it across, move it up there, so like so. Okay. Now, I want you to notice this. This is one thing about the Mac, right? At the top here, it says Finder, but we see this Komodo Edit window. So you have this notion of what is called the active window. So in this case, the Finder is the active window because it says there Finder. Now, if I want to quit or shut down the Komodo Edit program, I need to make that application put into focus. So how I do that is click on this guy here. Just click on the application, and you see here Finder's changed to Komodo. So I just go to Komodo, and click Quit Komodo Edit. Okay, so we got that guy there. Now, the next thing we want is something called Mamp Pro. So if we go here, double click on Mamp Pro. Okay, now whenever you launch Mamp Pro, we'll get to explaining this, but just to sort of give you a bit of heads up, there's two modes that it can run in. And the mode that I use makes life a lot easier, but there's a small price to pay, and that is each time you launch the program, you have to put in your administrator password, which I am going to do now. Click OK. Great. Now this enables me to right click on Mamp Pro, Options, Keep in Dock, and again I'm just going to drag it down and move it across like so. Okay, so again you can see that Find as the active window. I'm just going to touch the Mamp Pro application and Mamp Pro, quit Mamp Pro. Okay, so I think we're good to go here. There's perhaps one more application that I would like to install, and that one's called Wrangler. Okay, so launching it, it asks whether I want to register. I'm going to uncheck Install the current command line tools, uncheck Notify me of upgrades, and just click Skip registration. Okay, so going to the icon, right click, Options, Keep in Dock, and I can just move this guy like so. Okay, so let's see now. Okay, let me see, have I got everything that we need? Okay guys, just a slight edit to this second video. There are a couple of tools that I forgot to add, which I think will be useful later on. The first one is this guy here, FileZilla, and the second one is this guy here, Firefox. So I think I'm pretty comfortable now that we have a good set of tools here for our web development efforts with ProcessWire. So now we can move on to the third video and start working on those ProcessWire files. Thanks for watching.